1970, Oakland, California, Chinatown, Bruce Lee's Jun Fan Gung Fu Institute. Late afternoon. The school is small, second floor, above restaurant. Simple. No fancy equipment, just training space. Dedication, discipline, 20 students training, practicing, forms, drills, sparring, serious students, committed, learning. Then the door opens, hard, aggressive. 5 men walk in, not students, wrong energy, threatening, leading them. Tommy the Blade Chen, 26 years old, 5'11", 180 pounds, not martial artist, gang leader, Oakland Chinatown, Dragon Boys gang, street enforcer, reputation for violence, real violence, street fights, 50 wins, 0 losses, not sport, not competition, real street fighting, real damage, broken bones, hospitalized opponents, prison time, 2 years San Quentin, assault, released 6 months ago, back to streets, back to gang, back to violence. Tommy believed absolutely, street fighting beats martial arts, always. Dojo training is fake, controlled, safe. Streets are real, dangerous, unpredictable. That's where real fighting happens. He heard about Bruce Lee, Chinese guy teaching Kung Fu. Tommy didn't respect it. Kung Fu is movie shit, dancing, forms, doesn't work in real fight, real street fight. I've won 50 street fights against real fighters, dangerous people. Your Kung Fu students wouldn't last 10 seconds on my streets. Bruce looked at him, calm despite the threat. Why are you here? To show your students what real fighting looks like, street fighting, not your dojo dancing. What happened in the next 7 seconds didn't just humble Tommy, it saved his life. But to understand this moment, you need to know who Tommy Chen was in 1970. Tommy Chen, 26 years old, 5'11", 180 pounds, muscular, scarred, dangerous, Oakland gang leader, born Oakland, Chinatown, 1944, poor family, tough neighborhood, streets raised him, gangs recruited him young, 14 years old, Dragon Boys, Chinese street gang, protection, territory, violence. Tommy was good at violence, natural fighter, aggressive, fearless, no rules, no mercy, street fighting, brutal, effective. By 18, he'd won 20 street fights, not sparring, real fights, alleys, parking lots, bars, against rival gangs, against anyone who challenged Dragon Boys territory, won them all, broken noses, cracked ribs, knockouts, hospitalized opponents. His weapon, raw aggression, street instincts, dirty fighting, eye gouges, groin strikes, headbutts, biting, whatever worked, whatever hurt, no rules, just survival, just dominance. Age 20, serious fight, rival gang member, knives involved. Tommy put him in hospital, critical condition, Tommy arrested, assault with deadly weapon, convicted, 2 years San Quentin State Prison. Prison didn't rehabilitate Tommy, made him harder, meaner, more violent, prison yard fights, establishing dominance, surviving, winning. Added 10 more street fights to his record inside, won them all, released age 24, 1968, back to Oakland, back to Dragon Boys. Back to streets, resume enforcer role, collection, territory disputes, violence. 2 more years, 20 more street fights, against gang rivals, against civilians who didn't pay, against anyone. Won them all. Street fighting record, 50-0, 50 wins, 0 losses, real fights, real violence, not sport, not competition, survival, dominance. Tommy's philosophy, dojo martial arts is bullshit, safe, controlled, rules, referees, mats. That's not real fighting. Streets are real, no rules, no safety, just violence. I've fought 50 times, real fights, won them all, against real fighters, dangerous people, martial arts students. They'd get destroyed on streets. Their fancy techniques don't work when someone's trying to kill you. Street fighting is real fighting, only real fighting. Then Tommy heard about Bruce Lee, Chinese martial arts teacher, Oakland, Chinatown, teaching Kung Fu. Tommy didn't like it. This guy teaching fake martial arts to our community, making them think they can fight. They can't. Streets would eat them alive. Need to show them reality. Show them street fighting beats Kung Fu. Tommy decided to confront Bruce, show the students, scare them, prove point. Street fighting is real. Kung Fu is fake. Tommy walked into Bruce's school with 5 gang members. Tommy and 5 Dragon Boys entered Junfan Gung Fu Institute, aggressive, threatening. 20 students training, stopped, looked, nervous. These weren't students, wrong energy, dangerous men. Bruce stood, approached, calm. Can I help you? Tommy. You Bruce Lee? Yes. I'm Tommy Chen, Dragon Boys, Oakland streets. I heard you teach Kung Fu here. I do. That's bullshit. Kung Fu doesn't work, not in real fighting, real street fighting. Your students think they can fight because you teach them forms, techniques, but streets are different, real, dangerous. Your Kung Fu is fake. Bruce, why do you think that? Because I've fought 50 times, street fights, against real fighters, gangsters, criminals, dangerous people, won them all, not in dojo, on streets, no rules, no safety, just violence. That's real fighting. Your Kung Fu? Movie shit. Dancing. Wouldn't work where I fight. So you've won 50 street fights? 50. 0 losses, broken bones, hospitalized people. That's real. That's what fighting is, not your choreographed dojo shit. Bruce, and you think street fighting is superior to martial arts? I know it is. I've proven it 50 times. Your students here? Tommy gestured at 20 students. They wouldn't last 10 seconds on my streets, against real violence, real danger. They think they know fighting because you teach them. They don't. They know dojo fighting, safe fighting, not real. Bruce, what do you want? Show them. Show your students what real fighting looks like. You and me, right now. Street rules, no dojo rules, real fight. Show them their Kung Fu teacher can't handle real street violence. 20 students tensed, scared. This man was dangerous. Criminal. Real violence. Could Bruce handle this? Bruce looked at Tommy, calm. You want to fight me? Street rules? Yeah. Prove your Kung Fu works, or prove it doesn't. Either way, your students learn truth. Street fighting beats dojo fighting. Bruce made a decision that would change Tommy's life. Bruce, okay, we'll fight, but not here, not in front of students, outside, alley behind building. Just you and me. Your gang stays here. My students stay here. One-on-one. Street rules like you want. Tommy smiled. Perfect. Street fighting and actual street. That's my world. You're about to learn. They went outside. Alley behind building. Narrow, brick walls, concrete ground, no mats, no safety, real street environment. Tommy's element. 5 Dragon Boys and 20 students followed, watched from distance. Circle formed, 30 witnesses, gang members confident. Tommy never lost. 50 fights. This would be 51. Students worried. Bruce was teacher, skilled, but this man was different. Criminal, real violence, street fighter, dangerous. Tommy removed shirt. Scars visible, knife scars, prison yard scars, evidence of violent life. See these? 50 fights, real fights. That's experience, that's real training, not dojo practice, real violence. Bruce stood, simple training clothes, no scars visible, looked calm, controlled, didn't look like street fighter, looked like teacher. Tommy thought, easy. This guy doesn't know real violence, about to learn. Tommy. Street rules mean no rules, everything allowed, eye gouges, groin strikes, headbutts, biting, whatever. Real fighting. You ready for that? Bruce. Ready. No referee, no bell, just 2 men. Alley, street fight, real. 7 seconds, that's all it took? Second 1. Tommy charged, street fighter style, wild, aggressive, closing distance fast, trying to grab, control, take to ground, street fighting tactics. Bruce didn't retreat, held ground. Stable stance, second 2, Tommy threw wild right. Hook, street punch, big, looping, power, trying to knock out fast. Bruce slipped, minimal movement. Tommy's fist passed face, missed by inch. Second 3, Tommy followed with left hook, committed, aggressive, street combination, overwhelming pressure. Bruce ducked under, Tommy hitting air, off balance from missing. Second 4, Bruce's right hand moved, lightning fast, straight punch, not to face, to solar plexus, Tommy's center, all Bruce's weight, all technique, penetrating strike, impact, Tommy's diaphragm shut down, breath left, all of it, instant. Second 5, Tommy's hands dropped, went to stomach, automatic, trying to breathe, can't, nothing comes in, mouth open, gasping, no air, diaphragm paralyzed, suffocation, panic. Second 6, Tommy's knees buckled. 50 street fights. Never been dropped like this. Dropped to one knee. Still trying to breathe. Still nothing. Panic increasing. Bruce stepped back. Gave space. Didn't follow up. Didn't need to. Fight over. Second 7. Tommy fell forward. Tommy, hands on ground, all fours, gasping, desperate. 30 seconds until breath returns. Feels like drowning, helpless. Fight over. 7 seconds. Gang leader. 50 street fights, 0 losses. Dropped, helpless by single punch. Not knocked unconscious. Worse, conscious but helpless. Aware but unable to defend. Completely controlled. The alley was silent. 30 people watched. Silent, shocked. Street gang leader. 50 fights, never lost. Dropped in 7 seconds. By one punch, clean, controlled, efficient. After 30 seconds, Tommy's diaphragm reset. Air came back, ragged, painful. He stayed on ground, hands and knees, processing. What just happened? I've won 50 fights, survived prison, survived streets. One punch, 7 seconds, helpless. Bruce stood, calm, not ominous celebrating, not aggressive, just standing. Gave Tommy space, respect despite victory. Tommy looked up. What was that? Solar plexus strike, shuts down diaphragm, temporarily paralyzes breathing. You couldn't breathe, couldn't defend, fight over. 7 seconds. You dropped me in 7 seconds. Because you fight with aggression. No technique, no control, just violence. That works against untrained opponents. Against trained martial artists, aggression is weakness. I used your aggression against you, made you miss, left you exposed, struck precisely, ended fight. Tommy stood slowly, still breathing hard. I've won 50 street fights. Against other street fighters, untrained, like you, aggressive, no technique. You're bigger, stronger, more aggressive. You won. But you've never faced trained martial artist. Someone with technique, precision, control. That's different. That's what just happened. So Kung Fu beats street fighting? Real martial arts beats street violence. Yes, because martial arts is technique, precision, efficiency. Street fighting is just aggression, violence, no skill. Skill beats violence every time. Tommy looked at his gang. They saw everything. Their leader. 50 fights. Dropped. 7 seconds. By Kung Fu teacher. Everything Tommy told them. Kung Fu is fake. Streets are real. Just proven wrong. Tommy looked at 20 students. They saw. Their teacher. Against real gang member, real street fighter, real violence. 1. 7 seconds. Clean, controlled. Their Kung Fu works. Against real threat, real danger. Tommy. I came here to prove Kung Fu is fake. I proved I'm the fake. 50 wins. Against untrained people. First time I face real martial artist? Dropped. 7 seconds. I don't know fighting. I know violence. That's different. Bruce offered something unexpected. Bruce. You have natural toughness, survived streets, survived prison. That's strength, but wasted on street violence. Gang life, that path leads to death, or prison again. You're 26, still time to change. Use your toughness differently, legitimately. Tommy. I'm gang leader. That's who I am. That's all I know. You're more than that. You're survivor, fighter. Those qualities work in legitimate world, in martial arts. Channel your aggression into training. Your toughness into discipline, your street experience into wisdom. Teach others, help them avoid your path. That's real strength. Why would you help me? I came here to disrespect you, challenge you, threaten your students. Because I see potential, and because I was like you, angry, fighting, street kid, Hong Kong. I found martial arts, changed my path. You can too. Train here, seriously, 6 months. I teach you real technique. Real discipline, real martial arts, not street violence. After 6 months, decide, stay in gangs or leave. Use skills legitimately, your choice. Tommy, you'd teach me? After I disrespected you? Yes, because you learned something today. Learned you don't know what you thought you knew. That's first step, humility. Most people never get there. You just did. 7 seconds, that's enough. Now, learn what comes next. Tommy looked at his gang, his life, violence, crime, prison, death eventually. That was his path. Then looked at 20 students. Discipline, purpose, learning, growing, different path. If I train here, I leave gang? Eventually, can't serve two masters. Gang wants violence. Martial arts wants discipline. Choose. Tommy. Okay, 6 months, I try. Tommy trained with Bruce for 2 years. Tommy didn't train 6 months, trained 2 years, 1970, 1972, full commitment. First month was hardest, unlearning street habits, relearning everything. Bruce broke down his wild aggression, taught control, precision, technique. Your 50 street fights taught you bad habits, wild punches, no defense, just aggression, works against untrained opponents, fails against skilled fighters. We fixed that. Tommy struggled. I've been fighting this way 15 years, since I was kid. And you've been wrong 15 years. Now learn right way. Tommy stayed. Despite difficulty. Despite frustration. Because 7 seconds taught him truth. He didn't know real fighting. Just street violence. Different. He left Dragon Boys. 6 months into training. Officially out. His former gang angry. Betrayal. But Tommy committed. Different path now. Legitimate path. By year 2, Tommy transformed. Still tough, still strong, but controlled, technical, skilled, real martial artist, not street fighter, complete. Bruce, now you're dangerous. Real dangerous, not street dangerous. That's fake dangerous. Loud, aggressive, obvious. Real dangerous is quiet, controlled, skilled. You're that now. Use it wisely. July 20th, 1973. Bruce Lee died. Tommy was devastated. Bruce saved his life, literally, showed him different path, taught him real strength, real discipline, real purpose. Tommy attended funeral. Hong Kong, stood in rain, cried. Bruce was more than teacher, was savior, saved Tommy from gang life, from prison, from death, gave him legitimate path. After Bruce died, Tommy dedicated himself to helping others. After Bruce died, Tommy opened school. 1974, Oakland. Same neighborhood, Chinatown, where he grew up, where he ran gangs, now teaching differently. Chen Martial Arts Academy, not gang headquarters, legitimate school, teaching troubled youth, gang kids, street kids, kids like Tommy was, giving them what Bruce gave him, different path. His message, I was gang leader, 50 street fights, thought I was tough, real fighter. Bruce Lee dropped me 7 seconds, showed me I knew nothing, just violence, not fighting, not martial arts. He taught me real skill, real discipline, real path, saved my life. I teach that now. Same thing Bruce taught me, give you legitimate path, off streets, out of gangs, into discipline, into purpose. That's real strength. Hundreds of students, 1974-2000, 26 years, troubled youth, gang members, street kids. Tommy understood them, had been them, knew their world, their thinking, their struggles. I've been where you are. Gangs, violence, thinking that's strength. It's not. It's weakness. Real. Strength is discipline. Real power is control. Real respect is earned through skill, not fear. Bruce taught me that. 7 seconds. I teach you. Many students left gangs, stayed in school, got jobs, legitimate lives, because Tommy showed them different way, Bruce's way. Tommy consulted with Oakland police, youth programs, gang intervention. Let me talk to gang kids. I was them. They'll listen. He helped dozens leave gang life, transition to legitimate paths, martial arts, school, work, life. 2010 documentary, Tommy interviewed, age 66. People ask about that day, when Bruce dropped me 7 seconds. I had 50 street fights, never lost, one punch, helpless, humiliating, best thing that happened, because it broke me, broke my ego, broke my belief system, showed me I was fake tough, fake fighter, just violent. Bruce showed me real martial arts, real discipline, saved my life. Those 7 seconds, worth more than 50 street wins. Street wins taught me nothing. 7 seconds taught me everything. Modern day. Tommy died 2015, age 71. His school continues. Students teaching, troubled youth, gang intervention, Bruce's philosophy, Tommy's experience, saving lives. At funeral, former student spoke, former gang member, now youth counselor. Coach Tommy was gang leader, 50 street fights. Bruce Lee dropped him 7 seconds, could have been angry, Could have gone back to violence. He didn't. He learned, changed completely, spent 40 years helping gang kids like he was. Hundreds of us left gangs because of him. We're alive because of him. He's alive because Bruce Lee gave him 7 seconds of truth. That's legacy. On Tommy's memorial, 50 street fights made him dangerous. 7 seconds made him wise. Bruce Lee, the punch that saved a life and changed hundreds more. 1970, gang leader Tommy Chen. Kung Fu doesn't work in streets. I've won 50 street fights. Your students wouldn't last 10 seconds. Bruce Lee, let's see. 7 seconds, 1 punch, solar plexus, Tommy. Dropped. Helpless. Then, train with me. Change your path. 2 years training, 40 years teaching, hundreds of gang kids saved. 50 street wins taught me nothing. 7 seconds taught me everything. Subscribe for legendary encounters. Comment, can 7 seconds change a life? The greatest victories save lives, not break them. Be like water, my friend.